Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to yet another Destiny 2 video, and today we're going to be talking about an absolute massive crap ton amount of news that came out recently for Destiny 2. Now for those of you who don't know, the Destiny 2 PC version launched today, and that means that a lot of people were busy data mining a lot of the future content that is to come within Destiny 2. Now a specific individual by the name of the ecumene on Reddit actually basically revealed all of this spoiler heavy content. He dug through 26,000 audio files and found these specific little sound bites and NPC voice dialogue. So if you go ahead and click the link in the description of this video, which will take you to the Reddit post, there's actually a mega file download. You can click the link, you can download it, you can zip it onto your desktop, and then you can take a look at all of the things that he found relating to future DLC. I'm going to go ahead and play some of that content in just a little bit, but what I'm going to do is read his, I guess, kind of like synopsis of everything he found first, and then we're going to dive into some of the very spoiler heavy content. So before I start talking about this stuff, obviously guys, this is a massive spoiler warning. If you do not want to know stuff about DLC 1 and even DLC 2, then proceed no further. Okay, so his list here basically contains lots of facts and things relating to specific voice lines. So the first bullet point that he has here is voice lines about New Worlds, Ganymede, and the Myriad. He also has voice lines about Destiny 1 patrol zones, Venus, Mars, Dreadnought, and even Old Russia. So it's going to be very interesting. Maybe these are destinations that we'll eventually go back to, maybe explore, maybe there'll be like a small little cutscene of us there. Who knows? But we also have Phobos and Mercury are also talked about, with Phobos hinted as a new patrol zone. That would be awesome to see in DLC 1, but I know that we're going to be able to explore Mercury and go to the lighthouse and all that stuff in DLC 1, so I don't think that they're going to put Phobos into DLC 1 as well. That's probably going to be a brand new patrol zone in DLC 2. Now he also had a point about Cade 6 dying, and future Work Cult and New Monarchy have lines mentioning his death and what comes afterwards. Now he made an edit to this specific point, and he said apparently these are in game, so I suppose it's scrapped. How odd that they exist but mean nothing. So that is very interesting. I didn't even know about this, but apparently within the Destiny 2 files, Cade 6 dies and they have lines mentioning about his death and what comes afterwards, but he's not dead, and I don't think he's going to die because I feel like he's one of the main driving forces of Destiny 2. I mean, he's definitely everybody's favorite character, and if he died off, there wouldn't be any interesting characters anymore within Destiny 2, so I don't think that's very likely, and not a smart thing to do on Bungie's end. He also has Shiro is on Mercury, and Osiris comes to the tower once again. That is very awesome. We'll be seeing Osiris in the tower in DLC 1, and Shiro is on Mercury. He also has all Destiny 1 events will return along with the new ones. That has been scratched out, and he says, I mean things like Crimson Days, Festival of the Lost, and then in brackets next year, we have SRL, ETC, not Queen's Wrath or anything. So Crimson Days looks like it's coming back. Festival of Lost next year will be coming back. This year it's way too early. Of course, we're going to be seeing SRL and stuff like that. The Reef and Prison of Elders along with Petra and Varix are mentioned. Seems like you can go back. Now this is directly contradicting what we've seen from specific people in the Destiny community that work at Bungie. So I believe it was Deidre Cosmo, actually it was Cosmo specifically, that said we currently have no intentions of bringing back Prison of Elders. This is just basically old dust and things they didn't clean up within the database. So it's very interesting that these new sound files indicate that we could go back to the Reef and Prison of Elders when Cosmo is saying they have no plans of implementing Prison of Elders at this moment in time. Who knows, maybe in the future, like DLC 2, Prison of Elders is something that they plan on releasing for the Destiny community, but again, Cosmo said it's not, so at this point I don't know who to believe. Another point is SRL returns along with Marcus Wren. He's a pretty interesting lore character or figure. And then of course we have Black Garden and the Vault of Glass are mentioned. Perhaps a trip back. Maybe we'll have some sort of meditation with Ikora, or we can actually go back there and visit for, you know, part of a story mission. So I was scrolling through the Reddit post, and one person named Mass Manus said one of the advertised features of Curse of Osiris is a journey through time and space. He then says perhaps a time travel mechanic is Bungie's plot excuse for adding in D1 content to D2, as the audio referencing old patrol zones, raids, PoE might suggest. I'd be 100% fine with this. So that sounds like a very interesting idea, and honestly, I think he's probably right. If you really think about it, it wouldn't make lots of sense for Bungie to add in all the D1 content like the Dreadnought and the old patrol zones. That's just so much space, and if they were to put that into D2, that would probably explode many people's PS4s and Xboxes, because that's just so much hard drive space and memory and all that crap, and it feels like Destiny 2 is already jam-packed with like lots of destinations and stuff, and so I don't think that that's very likely. Now, it does make sense that maybe we would have these time travel experiences where we only get to go to certain zones on, you know, each one of the planets and do a specific task for specific NPCs, and maybe that's our way of, you know, going back and looking at some of the D1 content as it ties into D2. I would definitely agree with his point here. I think that makes lots of sense, and I would not be surprised if this is a thing moving forward. But again, this is just speculation. We have no idea. So what I'm gonna do now is play some of the voice recordings for you and the dialogues, and then I'll be right back. But remember guys, this is not nearly all of them. There are so many in this video. It would probably be like 25 minutes long if I put all of them in here. So here are the ones that I found very interesting. Take a listen.
You and your ghost are brave to risk boarding that ship.
Remember, Ikora restored the Warlock Orders after Osiris was exiled. She shaped this city. He abandoned it. He's dangerous. I don't care what he says or what fool adventure he's led you on. Rasputin is not to be trusted. That war mind will do anything to get what it needs. Fellwinter hoped Rasputin would help us. That hope cost me my brothers and sisters in arms, the Iron Lords. I will not abide losing you, Guardian. If it were up to me, we'd be at all-out war with Rasputin. But my time to lead is over. Our future is in your hands.
Hive bioorganics can seemingly run forever. Do your part to keep the Dreadnought in check. The lifespan of a Hive ship is unknown to us, but as long as the Dreadnought is active, we must fight it.
What can you see from the lighthouse? A way out?
Back to Oryx's floating tomb, then.
Vex already did a number on Mercury, but there's still plenty of planet left. We'll get back to the lighthouse.
Head to Old Russia. Scour the Cosmodrome.
Guys, I'm being 100% honest when I say that was not even 1/10 of the sound bites and audio files from this guy's specific download. He seriously hit the gold mine when it comes to leaks and spoilers, and this stuff just blows my mind. I don't even know what to think of half of it. Like, I know that it's true, but I just can't imagine us going to all these places. I mean, there's stuff in here that talks about the DLC 1 and us going to the lighthouse, and obviously Mercury in general. And then there's DLC 2 where we talk a little bit about Rasputin, and then there's also the Cosmodrome, the Dreadnought, the Ganymede, Hellmount, Ishtar Sink, which is Venus, and for those of you who don't know, Hellmount is the moon. And then we also have Mars, we have Mercury yet again, and then we have old sound bites and audio files here of the Vault of Glass and Black Garden. So maybe we'll be heading back to the Vault of Glass and the Black Garden to look at stuff. I don't know where Bungie's going with this. I really don't. If all of this stuff is accurate, and I mean, I don't see why they would put all these audio files into the game if they're not going to show up at one point or another. But if this is real and you know, we're going to be going to these places again, I don't know what Bungie's idea is. I mean, going back to Vault of Glass and all these, you know, old destinations, I really hope that's not part of, like, you know, I hope that's not the main part of DLC. I want to go to new planets, and obviously, you know, there is new planets here. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's Mercury. We also have the Rasputin DLC, which is probably going to take place on a new destination. We also have Phobos, and then we have, of course, the Myriad. So lots of new destinations there, like I already mentioned. Some of the other spoilers include characters like Anna Bray, and then, like I mentioned earlier, Cade's death. So some of these actual sound bites indicate that we as Guardians know that in the near future, Cade 6 is going to die. I think that would be such a shitty and disappointment to the entire franchise. I mean, Cade is the main character that everybody loves. If he died, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to save him at one point later in a DLC. Maybe we find out about his death and then we have to take steps to prevent that. That is definitely a possibility. And then of course there's information on the Reef and Prison of Elders, so I'm not too sure if we're going to be going back there. Like I already mentioned at the beginning of the video, Cosmo did say on Reddit that there are no plans currently to bring back Prison of Elders. Does that mean he was talking about the short term? Maybe this is something we'll see in a future DLC? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate or judge or try thinking of any shady conspiracy theories here. But there's also SRL, so of course, you know, it's confirmed because we do have some files here about SRL, so that will be coming back as well. The Myriad, there's tons and tons of voice files here about that. There's probably, I would guess here just by looking, about 30 voice files. So we're definitely going to be visiting that destination one way or another in, you know, DLC 2 maybe even further than that, who knows. There's also voice files on the Crimson Days, the Dawning. We also have Festival of the Lost, like I mentioned, will be happening next year. Deej already confirmed that the Festival of the Lost will not be coming back this October. And then of course we have some stuff relating to the new speaker, so maybe this is in DLC 2 where we already are introduced to a new speaker and we have a specific NPC talking about him. We have the House of Dusk, Season of Renewal, which I'm not too sure what that's about, and then Worms on Moon. So a lot of information here, guys. If you are somebody that is definitely into the lore within Destiny's universe, then I would recommend downloading this link. There's no viruses, nothing like that. I downloaded it myself, so you guys can trust my word that everything here is clean and safe. What you want to do is download the file, and then you're going to have to extract it onto your desktop by zipping the file because it's already, or sorry, unzipping it because it's zipped. And once you do that, it'll be very simple. You just click through the folders, listen to anything you want, and there will be lots of content on the future of Destiny. So that's gonna do it for the video, guys. I don't really know how to conclude this video. Lots of news bombshells dropping recently, but yeah, just another day in the Destiny 2 universe, I guess. Thank you guys very much for watching. If you enjoyed, a like rating would be very much appreciated. Subscribe for more daily Destiny 2 content. Have yourselves a great day, and I'll see you all later. Peace.